Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. So how was your day today?
It was a day full of busyness and things that weren't stupid all the time.
So it was overall a good day then?
I give it a B+.
B+ is good.
How's your day?
I would give today also a B+. I got done enough stuff to make it a B+.
I'm shocked it's only a B+ for you.
It is only a B+.
Huh.
There's some notes that I needed to write that I would have liked to have gotten done. But I'll do those tomorrow.
With the way you raved about that pizza you had for dinner, I'd have thought it would have been an A+.
Pizza doesn't qualify for making my day better or worse.
That makes one of us.
We had that discussion not that long ago on this very show.
Pizza. Except it didn't get published. Because it was on the episode that sucked.
Anyway. Pizza. You can get pizza from a lot of places. It's a very common item.
Because it's delicious.
And why? How come, though? Let's talk about this. Not every pizza is delicious.
I've only met like 3 or 4 pizzas I didn't like.
I've met quite a few that I didn't like.
Well, that makes one of us.
And the thing is, what makes people think that all they got to do is open up a place and make some weird-ass version of pizza and they're going to make money?
Because they do.
Psst. Why?
Because
people are sheeple?
Love pizza.
Sheeple.
People love pizza. Just like people love ice cream. Which is why you can get something so ridiculous as a puffle cone that they charge you a buttload of dollars extra for on top of the price of your ice cream.
No, they didn't. That was the price.
Yeah, for the puffle cone.
And the ice cream inside of it was $6.75.
I understand. And I got the same amount of ice cream in a different kind of cone, and mine was $1 cheaper. So yes, they build the puffle cone price into the ice cream.
Yes.
But it's crazy.
And all it is a waffle cone. That's all it is. It's nothing special.
A non-crispy waffle cone.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's the same idea.
Yeah, it's literally nothing special. People
will go anywhere for something with hype because they're ridiculous.
You mean like #SciPipe? Have you seen that sign outside the school?
Yes. What is so wrong trendy with the administrators of that school? Just asinine.
It's kind of funny though when you think about it. SciPipe.
If you say so. It's asinine.
Good old Alyssa and her SciPipe. Good thing she doesn't buy into that crap.
Yeah, I'd have to be judgy.
But let's talk about pizza that we've had around here, okay?
Sure.
We've had Pizza Hut pizza. What would you rate Pizza Hut pizza?
From a normal Pizza Hut or from Pizza Hut?
From a normal Pizza Hut.
7.
You'd rate it a 7. Okay, so let's see here. Pizza Hut. 7. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what I rated it.
You rated like a 2. I'm
not going to tell you. Let's see. We've had biology.
8. They'd get a 10 if I could stuff the crust.
What is that one? What's the one that's like biology? There's Pizza Studio.
Also an 8. And for future reference, Blaze Pizza, which you can't rate because you haven't been, is also an 8.
What's the one? Rev.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They're all
What's
the same.
Rev?
Also an 8.
And then
What about Papa Pilos?
Papa Pilos.
7.
Okay. Amici's.
10. What was that? What was that place called that was like Pyology in Los Alamitos? Top Pizza or something?
Spin.
No, it wasn't Spin. The
Oh yeah,
place
Top Pizza.
Yeah. So I'll have to rate that pizza place.
Okay.
1. You might as well go for the solid all
So
the chain
true.
pizza.
So true.
And rate Little Caesars on there too.
But we haven't had that since you've been here.
It still also gets a 1.
But I'm making
Okay.
a list of things we've had since you've been here. So that doesn't work.
There's
so okay.
more places though. Oh, Value Tunis.
Okay.
I don't know. I've only had their pizza once. 5.
Okay.
But only because of lack of variety and not because of quality of the...
That's pretty much it, right? So you have rated from lowest to highest Top, Valutina's, Papa Pilos, Pizza Hut, then Pyology, Pizza Studio, and Rev. And then as your number 1 pizza place, you have Amici's. Now,
Correct.
for me,
And I am a pizza
in
connoisseur.
reverse order, lowest to best, I got Top. Then I follow that up with Papa Pilos. Then I follow that up with Pizza Hut. Then I follow that up with Rev. And then Pyology. And then Pizza Studio. And then my number 1 with a perfect 10, just like you, Amici's.
We forgot Papa John's.
Papa John's
They're
would be in the middle.
insignificant.
They'd be in the middle somewhere.
I
They're
rate
nothing
them
special.
lower than Pizza Hut.
So,
Tell me what
okay.
rating you gave Pizza Hut.
5.
Oh, that's not so shocking. That's not a bad rating even.
No. They only get a 5 because their pizza's kind of inconsistent. They don't really follow, like here's the thing. One of the reasons why Pyology is usually pretty good
Their pizza's
is
consistent.
there's a formula. They put it in, it's in there for a certain amount of time, they take it out. But like sometimes when you get like Pizza Hut, I like thin crust pizza. When you have thin crust pizza, you have to be very regimented about how long you cook it.
and they're
or it
not.
gets overcooked.
Sometimes it's raw,
And sometimes
it's
it's
burned.
perfect. Sometimes it's perfect. Then there's other times it's not cooked enough. And there's other times it's overcooked. So you end up with like pizza pretzel chips, basically. I mean, that's what you're ending up with.
I always
so
get
crispy.
I always get stuffed crust well done from Pizza Hut. So you get the thin crust, but it's super crispy because they well done it, and then
Well done.
shut up. And then it has the stuffed crust, which we all know how I feel about cheese.
And is the stuffed crust well done as well?
Yeah,
That's pretty well
they had
done.
Pizza Hut had for a while, which is what makes Pizza Hut a 7 in my world and not like a 4.
You're driving my rating down as you speak, but go ahead.
How?
Because you're reminding me of all the things I hate about Pizza Hut. Anyway, continue.
Do you remember the hot dog stuffed crust?
Yes.
Barf. Anyway, for a while they had 3 cheese stuffed crust, which takes their normal stuffed crust, which can be a little bit bland. You kind of need some ranch to dip that shenanigan in. It wasn't bland at all. It tasted ultra cheesy. I wish they would keep it all the time.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. See, like, one of the ways that I discovered the extra sauce trick was that when I lived over there in Los Alamitos, quite often I would get an Amici's pizza because it was quick and easy, after work.
Yeah.
It was quick and easy. And it would turn into 2 meals.
It's a giant pizza.
Because it's a big pizza. Sometimes 3 meals. So it was worth it too. The price was good. But what would happen a lot of times is like the next day the pizza would be so dried out. So I was like, let me try extra sauce and see what happens. Well, first off, it tasted great as I was eating it. And then when I reheat it, there's sauce. It doesn't all It doesn't all seep into the crust.
However, on our pizza rating scale, there's a place in Lethbridge that I have to give an 11. Because I shouldn't have given Amici's a 10 if we were considering all pizza in the history of pizza.
But we weren't. We were considering pizza that we have eaten together.
We have eaten that place together.
Since we've been here.
Well, shut up. I was just telling you.
So that automatically disqualifies anything outside of California or Nevada.
My favorite pizza place ever.
Which one is that?
The one in Lethbridge. I told you about this earlier.
Which one?
It's called Two Guys Pizza.
Yes, I know which one you're speaking of.
And why'd you ask like 6 times what it was called?
Because I wanted our listeners to hear from you what its name was.
Well, if I don't want to share it.
Because I'm trying to be a good podcast host and help you fill in the gaps that I think other people might need.
Nah, I like
now
the
I
gaps.
sound like a giant dick for explaining to you why I did what I did. But okay. It's alright if I sound like a giant dick. I'm going to conquer the world soon.
The podcast is about honesty, isn't it?
Well, we went there, did we? Okay.
That's what you get for toddler explaining to me.
You want you want honesty? Oh, you don't want honesty. Trust me.
Guess I don't.
And by the way, my approach is much meaner than yours.
I don't give a shit.
Sure you don't.
You're ridiculous.
I am never ridiculous.
You're always ridiculous.
Never. Even
You're
Pretty
so
Girl
ridiculous.
knows.
The thing that was wrong with your arm was called like ridiculitis or something ridiculous like that.
It was called ridiculum, ridaculum, reducarum.
Ridiculitis.
And it was called
You're so ridiculous.
dogmatitis.
You had ridiculitis.
You are yelling into the microphone. People can effing hear you. The microphone is like 1 inch away from your nose hair.
I wanted to make sure you could hear me, sassy pants.
Oh, I can hear you. I could hear you if I was downstairs. Dingleberry hound. So, what is it you like about Amici's Pizza?
They have decent, like, pre-concocted creations. Like the ones that are, they like, you pick a pizza.
like it's named blah, blah, blah pizza. And
like
has
I get
special toppings on it, and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
And I feel like, put it this way, we got the same size pizza, you and I.
Yes.
Yours was $2 more than mine. And you had less toppings. So I think they give a good price to additional topping ratio when you get there.
Because they make it all the time, over and 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 over, so it's easy for them.
Also, I always get chicken on my pizza if it's an option because I like it. And like some places have
I would hope you like it since you always get it, as you just professed.
Shut up. You know what the chicken is like when you go to Subway and you get their like chicken teriyaki and it's like slimy and chewy and kind of gummy all at once?
Yeah.
Okay. So places like that Top Pizza place, their chicken is like that. And sometimes even Pyology's chicken can be like that. I think it's just if they don't go through enough chicken and it sits there for too long, it gets kind of yucky. But never once have we gone to Amici's and had their chicken be yucky.
That's true.
Their crust isn't cracker thin like you like it, but it isn't nasty thick like other people like it.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you on that. Like, you've never heard me complain about the thickness of their crust. It's just fine.
And it's the happy medium crust. It's the happy medium between thin crust and thick crust pizza that's just good.
Well, and don't forget to talk about their cheese. Like,
I wasn't
their
done.
cheese is amazing. Oh, you weren't done. You
No.
sounded like you were done, son.
All of the rest of their toppings are plentiful and tasty. They don't use like, okay, when we ordered from Papa Pilo's, I got ham and mushroom pizza. And you know what happens when you put fresh mushrooms and then you cook them? They sweat. You have to like have a plan to counteract the soggy mushrooms, or
Cook the mushrooms beforehand in another pan.
Or what happens to your pizza is what happened to my pizza from there, and it's basically a sog fest with mushroom juice. It was like
Sog fest.
I really didn't want mushroom au
Holy
jus
cow.
with my pizza.
But wouldn't you think that the best approach would have been, let the pizza start heating up, cook up the mushrooms, take them off the heat, then take the freshly cooked mushrooms, and then put them on there? Then you don't have the liquid running everywhere.
You can do that, or you put partially dried mushrooms on it.
That would make sense too.
Either works.
But what about their cheese?
Their cheese is an A+. Their cheese it's like, out of all the places we listed, only 2 of them use what I classify as real mozzarella cheese, because it's actually melty and actually stringy like it's supposed to be, and that's Amici's and Blaze. And you haven't been to Blaze, so you can't verify that, but it's good.
But I also think that Amici's gives the perfect amount of cheese. Like sometimes when I'm in the mood and I get like Pizza Hut, I'll order it with extra cheese.
I get extra cheese from everywhere else except for Amici's. Although I can only imagine how freaking amazing an Amici's pizza would be for me with extra cheese.
But it's so good the way it is. Like, it's amazing. And, you learn, like I said, you learn the combinations. I love the fact that, like, they're the only place that when you buy sausage, they cook it ahead of time and then put it on the pizza and let it brown up.
So it's not greasy.
Because right, exactly. It's not greasy. It doesn't, like, you pick up a piece of pizza and the only, like, grease that you're getting is from the cheese.
And it's not even.
That's it. And it's barely anything.
Oh.
And that's on a pepperoni and sausage pizza. That tells you something about the quality of their toppings as well. Yes, this is not meant to be an Amici's pizza commercial, and we don't get paid for any of this. But you know what? Shout out to Amici's Pizza for being the best pizza in this area, bar none.
But if someone wants to bring us an Amici's pizza, he already told you what kind he likes, and I like the ranch chicken. Bring on over a pizza.
Wow, that would be amazing. They're so good. And it's funny, like they always call it garlic cheese bread. All it really is a cheese pizza with garlic all over the top
and no
of it.
Sauce.
Yeah, and no sauce. And one time I asked him, I go, how much would it be to add a little bit of sauce to that thing? And he goes, nothing. And he put a little bit of sauce on there. It was different, but it was good. But it was different. It didn't taste any more like cheese bread. It tasted a little more like a cheese pizza.
Sauce.
It tasted like a little bit of cheese pizza at that point.
Do you not? Do they not give you marinara to dip it in? Oh, I've never ordered cheese bread and them not giving you marinara or ranch.
And like, let me look at something because I gave some people higher ratings than you. You gave Valutina's a 5. I gave it a 7.
So we switched. You like Valutina's better, and I like Pizza Hut better.
Yeah, on the exact same scale. But it's funny because essentially they are in the same boat. Those two.
I think what I don't like about Valutina's is because they really don't have the kind of pizza I like.
Yeah, well, you see, and that's the thing. You even said that. You said it's more about the selection than the quality. Right.
I'm not exactly
I hear you.
Pizza consumer.
And I told you what it is about me with Pizza Hut. They're not consistent.
Exactly. And I'll give you that one. Pizza Hut, that's the only reason they only got a 7.
But see, I like Pizza Studio so far the best of any of the, assembly line pizza places.
Is it only because of their crust? They get
because they have crust? 2 kinds of crust that are the bomb. And they're nice and crispy. And that just, to me, that makes the whole pizza better.
That's my problem with Pizza Studio. I feel like they're never crispy enough because it doesn't cook for long enough. And that's what I like, that they have different crusts, but I don't like that their pizza isn't cooked enough.
It's interesting.
So it gets the same rating as Pieology.
You dislike the thing that's the opposite of the thing that I like.
No, we both like the crusts, just not how they're cooked.
But I say I like it because it's crispy, and you say you don't like it because it's not crispy.
When you get extra cheese, it's like soggy as hell.
Well, so is most any pizza.
No.
Yes.
not in my experience.
Well, then you must be experiencing people who use the driest cheese on earth.
Then again, I'm generally rememberful enough. That's 2 words I've created tonight just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Rememberful enough to ask for my pizza well done if I got extra cheese on it.
There you go. Until you weren't rememberful
You
enough.
can't get it well
and
done
then
there.
You were not rememberful enough to get it well done.
You can't get it well done there. They will not put it through their Quiznos oven twice.
How do you know?
Because I asked. She said they can't.
Oh, we should write to their corporate office.
Be like, yo, Quiznos my pizza twice.
You know the only reason they do it that way, right?
Hmm.
Because it's super cheap.
They're the only
Do you know how
one.
expensive it is to have a wood fire oven like that?
They're the only one that doesn't have a wood fire onion. Oven.
They probably don't have a wood fire onion either. You're probably right about that.
But they're the only one that has different flavors of crust. Like, can one of the other ones get some freaking crust flavors?
Yeah. And you know what? I think I gave it a higher rating because of that. I think you're right. I think it's probably as good as the rest of them.
They all have their ups and downs. That's why I gave them all an 8.
So I gave them all 7 except for that one.
I might give Blaze at 8.5, but it was
Wow,
not great last
you're
time.
raving.
Last
time, who did you have it with the second time?
You and Deborah?
I wasn't there.
Yes, you
at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
And it was only not great because that location specifically was out of every single topping I wanted. But that's not there. That's not like anything against how the food was. It's just an annoyance.
You know what's funny? So we talk about pizza and take a little sidetrack here because you reminded me of something. I'm kind of like not as into hot dogs as I once was. Not even close. Except when you throw like a funky hot dog chop at me. They like wrap the hot dog in like
salami,
bacon and cheese, or wrap it in this, or wrap it in that. You know, weird shit. Then I start thinking, I wonder if that tastes good. But the problem is, it never does. I always get this expectation in my head of what it's supposed to taste like, and it just doesn't taste that way.
There's you know how they have all the street vendors here? When you go to like the museums and stuff, and there'll be that dude with the funky fruit cart, or the dude with the rolly wagon of hot dogs, and I always think they're so sketchy and terrifying, and that I would die of like some weird disease that I've never heard of before.
Right.
There is a rolly food cart like that in Lethbridge, and they park outside one of the clubs. They have the literal best hot dogs in the entire universe. And they're bacon wrapped. Yeah. And they smother them with cheese.
See? I'm going to tell you where I got the best hot dog in my entire life.
Was it dirty?
You're not even going to believe it. You're not even going to believe it. I had to go, and we were putting together a second office in San Francisco. And this office was like right near the Federal District Court, which is a very busy court in San Francisco.
Okay.
And so I had to like be there for 4 or 5 weeks straight. And some of those weeks we stayed there for the weekend on some of those weeks. And some of the weeks we came home for the weekend. But there was this place nearby there. And so there's a lot of times like what we would do is we would take turns. So like, oh, tomorrow night such and such has to happen. And that's this guy's expertise. So you're going to cover the support during the day while we do that at night, that kind of thing. And so you'd be there by yourself. You didn't have anyone to eat lunch with. And there was this hot dog cart right outside of the federal court. And the same thing, bacon wrapped hot dogs. And he would take the hot dogs and cook them on the grill, right? Then he'd move them over to where it was like this hot plate to keep them sizzling. And then he'd quickly take the bun and put it where the hot dog and the bacon were cooking. And then like toast it and then put the hot dog on there. Oh my gosh. And then he had like the brown deli mustard. You know I love the brown deli mustard. It was so good.
You had like 6 of them a day?
No, always just 2. Just 2.
Huh.
2 was enough. But they were tasty. My God, they were tasty. But now I want to try that thing that I saw. The bacon wrapped avocado slices. It looks damn tasty.
You have Adder there.
I don't understand why you don't. You like bacon and you like avocado. I don't get why you wouldn't like that.
It just sounds weird and greasy and.
You know what else would be really good?
What?
Some really crispy bacon. Crumble it up in a bowl. Then take it and mix it in with guacamole and have bacon guacamole.
I told you that in the car the other day that
Bacon
I found a recipe for
guacamole.
bacon guacamole.
Bacon guacamole, dude. Can you imagine that guacamole that we were eating last night with bacon mixed into it? My God, that would be so good.
One of the dumbs that I used to be friends with and I made a jalapeno bacon cheese ball once. It was the
Really?
bomb diggity. I still have the recipe for it on Pinterest. But it was basically like 6 different kinds of cheese made the ball and a little bit of liquid smoke and like 2 jalapenos and like half a package of bacon went on the inside of the cheese ball, and then you rolled the outside of the cheese ball in bacon crumbles.
You know, I was just looking this up because we were talking about bacon, and there's a food truck called the Bacon Mania truck,
Okay.
and they even have now the ability for you to order online from the food truck and then come and pick it up at the food truck.
Wow.
Okay, and then it's like, I'm trying to find the menu on here for you. Here we go. What's on the menu? You're gonna die when you hear this.
Okay.
So they got Jack Back Sammy. It's twice grilled cheese with bacon. Piggyback, pulled pork and bacon with Carolina slaw. All American burger. 50-50 Angus and bacon patty with sharp cheddar, green apple, and barbecue sauce. Rico dog. Bacon wrapped hot dog with grilled jalapenos and caramelized onions. Blat. Bacon, lettuce, avocado, and tomato. And they got Chicken Club, which is grilled chicken, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Then they have mac and bacon, so it's mac and cheese, made with bacon and a tangy kick. Then chili con bacon, smoky truck-made chili with Angus bacon, pinto beans, grilled onions, and fire roasted tomatoes. Then it has bacon balls. They take cheese and they wrap it into a ball and they deep fry it, and it becomes a bacon ball with bacon inside of it. And they don't seem to have it anymore, but they used to have this thing where it was like a piece of cheese and they would cook it in a pan flat, like make it kind of crispy, but they would cook it with pieces of bacon inside of it. So then when it was done, it would be like this cheese patty, like a solid cheese patty that you could snap pieces off of it and then eat it, like almost like a cookie, a cheese cookie.
Yeah,
with bacon in it.
I've done that.
Yeah, and I would figure you would, since you love cheese so much, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I would figure that you would do it because, and you also like bacon, so.
You know what? I'm give or take on bacon sometimes. Like, sometimes it gives me heartburn, and then I don't want to eat it for like months and months and months.
Well, so here's the thing, guys. We've been talking about food and mostly about pizza. If you got your favorite pizza place, we want to try it. So send us an email at info@yogispodcastnetwork.com. We really need a Yogi's Podcast Network Twitter. We do have a Yogi's Podcast Network Instagram, and it's just Yogis_podcast_network. And for those of you dinglings that don't know how to spell yogi, it's YOGI. Yogi.
And it's Yogis, so it's YOGIS.
So it's Yogi's Podcast Network. There's an S. So send that email, info@yogispodcastnetwork.com. And if you do that, tell us your favorite pizza place. And hey, for those of you who just want to tell us about good food, we're into that too. Send it our way. Because I have a feeling that this kind of thing is going to become a theme with this show, where we talk about food that's good in a certain style, like maybe like tonight we
We're
started
gonna
off
talk
with
about Mexican food next
like
time.
tonight, right? Because tonight we started off with pizza and somehow we ended up with hot dogs.
Yeah, we
And
talked
then
about
bacon and
fast
hot
food.
dogs. So yeah, we got into fast food. But hey, it was cool. Then we can talk next time. We can talk about like you said,
Mexican
food. You know, and we can talk about what Mexican food we like, what Mexican food we don't like. You know, we can just keep going from there. Burgers could be a thing. Hell, you could get down as minute as French fries. Because let's face it, the place that has the best burger is not necessarily the same place that has the best fries. It's just not the case.
It's exactly not the case.
Yeah, it's just not the case.
100% truth.
Yeah. So
I am exhausted.
anyway, info@yogispodcastnetwork.com. Send us an email. You disagree with something we said, send us an email. We'll send you a special gift if you include your address.
Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hi everyone, this is Mike, and I truly hope you enjoyed this show. You're able to subscribe to this show on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher so as to never miss an episode. If by chance you did miss an episode here or there, you can catch up on all shows, past and present, by heading over to yogispodcastnetwork.com/TNR show. Thanks for listening.